Hello everyone. So today I would like to give you my guide on how to play and what talents to pick with this mighty character Malthael in Heroes of the Storm. It's incredibly good character, and I think I have a right to give that guide as I have an extremely good win rate with this guy, 64%. That's who I've been taking through through my ranked games, and let's get to the talents and how it's best to work. So first of all, I want to say that this guy is a team fighter. That's his best role that I found with, especially with heroes when there's a lot of melee with lots of hit points because of his trait, which is a dot that does lots of damage per tick and overall. So let's get to first talent pick. You building up. You are not going to be good until you reach level 10. Until level 10, you have to play very conservative and pretty much like poke, like hit and run kind of, trying to maximize, like build up your marks. And I will explain how. So in the first tire, we are taking Death Reach. It increases your range on your teleport strike. What is it? Right strike, right. You will be amazed how good this is when you need to teleport to the tracer that's running away or somebody else that you want to teleport and catch up. It's just crazy good. Most people expect you not to take this talent and they think they can get away, but no, they're not getting away. And it's a better talent over the other two, and I'll explain now why. On a pale horse doesn't have much utility unless you're like rushing into a team fight from respawn point, or you're trying to like at very like you just lost a team fight and you're trying to survive, barely survive. Usually there's someone to catch up to you anyways, and those 20% of movement speed will not, save your ass or give you much of an advantage to get in to the team fight on time. So it's useless. Fear the Reaper, the movement speed, I don't find it useful as well. It has a long cooldown first of all, and second, you should be like considering you're not quite mobile of a hero. You can chase with your teleport strike and so on, but you're not quite mobile. And even though you like taking this for an escape, it's not good. People will always chase you down for the same reason with a pale horse. Like there are plenty of catch up mechanics. You will not be able to work off on it well. Chasing someone else, no way you will beat Death Reach. So Death Reach is what you are taking. Just be careful when you are playing, like not to overextend. Then we are going to tier 4 talent, I mean level 4 talent. Here I prefer to go with Black Harvest. You want to increase that mark's duration, and that's what you start doing early game, like poking heroes, tap this one, tap that one, like don't fully engage in combat, put what is it? The death shroud on somebody, and just try building up those stacks so you get those 2+ seconds. By the time you reach level 9 or 10, it's extremely doable. So just play careful in the early game, and this talent will reward you at the end. It's better than Throne and Shade because that Death Shroud moves extremely slow. You have to be very precise. Extra range doesn't give you much of advantage over here. It's very hard to aim. No one is going to stand and wait for it to hit them. Just use it for what it is, like as a basic stripped ability, and that's it. Die alone is not good because once again your best potential is a team fight, and you want to exercise that potential once again. And in team fights, try to tap every enemy hero that is in reach of you, so you have mark on them. That way, if someone is running away, you can teleport to them and finish them off. Then once again, your heal, what is it, Soul Reap, which heals you. The more marks you have distributed all over your enemies, the better healing you will receive. It will be way better. And here, this talent pretty much says, like, no, dude, you're not going to do that. You will be fights one-on-one, and it's like the only talent for one-on-one fights, like really, that you really don't want it. Just exercise your full potential for team fights, which is Black Harvest. You will be amazed how well you can do. Going to level 7 talent tires. I take Soul Reap slow here. What is it? Cold Hand, right? Uh, so basically, you just get in a slow on your Soul Reap, which you should be spamming like crazy every time you're in a fight. It gives you heals, it slows your enemies, it's extremely good, and it works well with another talent that we're going to get to quite short. And no one will be able to really run away from you with a Cold Hand and Death Reach. That's like no questions. Looking at you, Tracer, there. Mortality. It looks like it's a good ability, but overall it's not spammable ability, and that strike for 4% HP total, not worth it. Not worth that slow. You want to secure the skills. That's what you are there for. No one can stop that, right? No one is running away from you. So you're going with Cold Hands over Mortality. And Touch of Death really isn't good. Maybe situationally good for double healers when you see, but still you do just so much AoE damage and stacking up marks well that you won't even need to use this one on a team fights with double healers. You will just be consuming all that damage. Even double healers will not have enough healing output to overheal your damage. Even after the nerf, it still works like charm. So you are going with Cold Hands just to secure those kills. It's time to choose your first ultimate. And once again, I'm going with Tormented Souls, not because it gives you armor, but because it's an AoE that will stack your marks on your enemies consistently for 4 seconds, which will increase your healing potential from your Soul Reap and your slow, so you will be spamming that one like crazy, and this is when you start to raid. You just join the team fight, turn Tormented Souls on, and just spam your Reap Soul. Someone runs away, you teleport to them, finish them off. Once it's gone, you continue to your usual duties, stacking up marks per enemy hero, and trying to use Death Shroud whenever you're whenever you don't have marks on enemies, trying to kind of get them into their Last Choice is a fair ability, but I can't justify its use. You're just so much more stronger on team fights with Tormented Souls and Lost Rights. There are plenty of healers like Nova and others that you will take to finish up enemy heroes. You are not taking Malthael just to be able to finish up that one guy with your only ultimate, when you can do so much better in team fights, bringing everyone down around you, healing up yourself to full, well, nearly to full. That's been a little bit nerfed, but it still works well. And if your healer is not shitty one, you're going to be staying alive and doing lots of damage there. Lost Rights is not a choice. Like, I won't recommend taking it. You just build up on that team fight potential. That's what you're there for. People, like, everyone likes to bunch up so much on team fights these days that for you it should be like absolutely no-brainer to use Tormented Souls to stack up marks and just kill everyone with Soul Reaps and continue healing yourself, of course. And here, once again, you know what we're going to. We're going to for Soul Siphon. You're increasing your healing potential from Soul Reap. This is no question asked. That's the talent you're taking, because once again, on the on your AoE damage and your mark stacking. More like Ethereal Existence it's not great, because that armor that you get is just not good enough to protect you. Your healing will be much better. You will be able to heal yourself with more spammable Soul Reap, furthermore, way better than damage you will get from protection. I mean, reduction of damage from protection. So you are not taking this one. So this one, Shroud of Wisdom, with casters, you won't have problem with casters. I mean, you're not going to stand in Kitty's Flame Strike, right? You're not going to abuse that guy who doesn't know how to dodge Chroming. You don't need this one. It's like really, if you are just so bad that you really, even if I can't even say you're bad. You can't be bad because this one you have to be timing as well. Even over Chrome is a dragon breed. It's just not useful to take. You can dodge pretty much every spell that you're going to be afraid of taking. And an inevitable end, making you unstoppable, but taking away all your marks. Nope, you're not doing that. You want all your marks to be active pretty much as long as you can, and preferably always. You're not sacrificing that unstoppable thing for this. No way. Going to level 16 talent. And here we go with Soul Collector. First of all, it increases area of your Soul Reap range, it reduces its cooldown, so now it's more spammable, now it has more range, now you become god pretty much. You just spam this thing, no one can run away from you. If they run away from you, you teleport to them because you have extended range. Then you have a slow on Soul Reap, so there's like no one is going to get away from you. You're getting those skills, you're doing a lot of damage, you're healing up yourself. Just try how hard, like you will see how good it works. Massacre, I tried this one countless times. It seems like a good talent to keep applying your Mark of Reaper, like help you apply Mark of Reaper, but eventually the sacrifice you are making on Soul Reap potential, the healing that you will get from that decreased cooldown and range to slow. If you're not taking this talent, people might actually be able to get away from you once they get their talents built up, and or you might not be able to heal up fast enough to actually stay in combat longer because many people will be focusing you. So you really need this talent over Massacre, even though Massacre looks nice and neat, but you still need it. And once again, it only works if you teleport to someone with a mark, but you should be stacking marks on different enemies, so like start learning how to do it, like hitting one enemies and hitting another one, so your marks are always on and kind of like that. So your Soul Reap can benefit the heals from the more marks you have on the field. And Memento Mori, you would think that you will want the damage, it will work, but it's just damage. You still do a lot of damage. Those marks, you constantly keep reapplying them, they do a lot of damage anyways. You just don't want to lose your healing from Soul Collector, even though it's a nice ability. Soul Collector is the way to go. You want that healing, you want that range, so no one can escape you, you can continue healing, and no problems there. This damage that you get from this talent, you will be easily be able to make up for it in any other way. Getting to your last one. Once again, you're not going with last rights, so it's out of the question because you're building up on your team fighting potential. Soul Reap, Reaper of Souls seems like a right answer, but I can tell you it's not. It's not. Because when you start owning in team fights, usually people will go down after you kill first or second enemy. There's very little time to recover. Only things they can do when you're on your rampage, they can either put you in a cocoon with an Abarak, or they can charm you with Sylvanas, or silence you with Sylvanas, or silence you with Malfurion, something like that. That's only things they can do. Aside from that, you use that basic ultimate is more than enough for you to stack marks and just work those teams out to death. If you take this one, sure, you will kill one, it will increase its duration, like by another 4 seconds, and then another one, and then another one, and eventually it just keeps going on, and you have nobody to kill and no one to use it on, and you're like you're rolling with full ultimate charged with those 4 seconds and nobody to kill. I've been in this situation so many times, and I decided that Reaper of Souls is just useless for that matter, because once you get the basic talent, it does just enough job to get those marks up. It keeps them up for 4 seconds, and after 4 seconds it goes away, and then you have 6 seconds on each mark, and you continue going with your thing with applying the shroud. It works out. You don't need this one. You will do a lot more damage like that, spamming your Soul Reap. Absolutely no reason to take this one. So the basic ultimate tormented souls will be more than enough, more than sufficient. Final curtain, a useless ability. Once again, dash road is very easily dodged, and because it leaves a trail, it doesn't really change enough. You have to be dumb to run in its trail, and there's not so many people that are this dumb. You have to really kind of body block them to stay in that lane after you hit it in order to actually make it work, which is very inconsistent. You are not doing it. So the best choice is to take No One Can Stop Dead, which just gives you an instant respawn in case you actually get killed. I found myself very rare in such situations. I hardly ever die more than once a game, but sometimes there are like very competitive games, and you really need this one, this talent to be out. Usually I use it, and I might not never die the second time. And when I die the second time, I will already have it up once again. So this is way better choice. Just to secure yourself that extra respawn and be ready to combat. So that's how you play it. You stack up marks on your enemies, and continue benefiting through healing yourself with Soul Reap. Remember, the more marks you have on your enemies, the better heals you will get from Soul Reap. That's the key. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Try the spec out, try to play it out like I said, and I bet you can do well in this guy. Just remember not to overextend.